I have been working in the game industry for 15 years or so. I'm not going to tell you the exact date because, oh my gosh. I have done everything from making card games and board games and miniature games and role-playing games to casual online games about super grannies catching cats, and moving on to Cake Manias and Xbox and programming the dashboard and spotlight channels and HoloLens, and a whole bunch of different things. So I've been a producer, a programmer, an artist, a designer, a marketer, and in sales. So I only have 10 minutes. And if we push the start of that, we're going to answer. I have about 20 things for about 15 years, and all right, so number one is always have a book. Your ideas are going to come to you somewhere. Always have something to keep it with you. Take pictures to keep your ideas with you. Harness that fearless child inside. Everybody has that inside. And that child who sees things differently, we make experiences. Harness that child and feed them regularly by going and jumping in puddles and doing things that physically get you out there. Listen to people who are not like you. I might not be like you. I might have blue hair, or I am American. Oh gosh, you're all Australians. I'm new here, so I don't know anything about Australia very much. So I've only been here for 26 days, and I'm staying, I hope. Learn from rubbish. I think that's the right word. Yeah. Okay. So Australians say rubbish. You make mistakes, you want to throw it away, but don't throw it away, because there's lessons in everything that we do. Find a mentor. There's a lot of people around that want to be a mentor. I want to help and mentor new people, because your ideas are going to be the games that I want to play, and I get to play because I don't make games that I like to play. What else? Embrace new experiences. Do things that scare the crap out of you. I'm scared of heights. I am terrified of heights. So I did flying trapeze for a while. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, representation matters. Who here has seen a game that has them represented in it? Oh, yeah. So little girls nowadays may have a few more options to see people represented as themselves, but I've still yet to see a blue-haired girl as a main character that it likes the things I like roller derby. That hasn't happened. But if we represent people who are not the norm and give them their stories, then don't make the entire game about their story, about being a queer bear who is wandering down the forest. And oh gosh, now I'm gonna go and let's go to the next thing. Process is important. Break it when you can. Oh, wait, no, that's contradictory. Everything we do sometimes can be contradictory and be a very, very good thing. Recognize the boundaries, and I have still not much time. I think I've gone over more things than I have written down here. Burnout is real, very real. I got there, and I had to take a break. I've taken a year off. I don't make games right now. I program a real estate website. But I took that year off to learn how to program because I want to make games that way, and I haven't done that yet. So do things you haven't done. If you are an artist, check out what a producer is doing, because you're going to then produce art that is good for the process. And as a producer, I'm going to love you for giving me art with the file name that makes sense. And so I can plug right into the process and make better games faster, because producers always want things fast. Make games for people who don't like games. My mom told me for years that she doesn't like games, and then I bought her a Nintendo DS, and then mine got stolen, and then she went and bought me a new one, because she couldn't imagine life without it anymore. The industry needs more people other than designers, programmers, etc. What was my first job in the industry? I was a sales manager. I called people and said, hi, you should buy some cheap-ass games. And a lot of people said, I would never carry a game. I'm like, okay, you should buy some Chez Pas games. Chez Pas, that's not rude, right? Not cheap-ass. Cheap-ass is rude, apparently, for many, many Midwest companies. Leave the echo room. If everybody around you looks like you, thinks like you, you're never, ever going to make anything innovative. Go find people who do not look like you, who do not think like you, and talk to them, interview them, find out what their stories are, and then work with them to tell that story, because that's going to be the innovation, and that's going to be the new games. Pull from your experiences. That's contradictory again, isn't it? Be curious about how things are built. Be curious about how a dress is put together. Be curious about how things work together, because that will give you some about the soup to bits. You guys know what that means, right? Yeah, okay. Study from storytellers. Go talk to your grandparents. If your grandparents tell great stories, go find them and listen to their stories. One of the best things we can do as designers and writers is to listen and retell and give the voice to the people who don't have a voice in a way that you can amplify it and amplify things that maybe you haven't heard before. Because if we all just make games about going and shooting zombies, I'm lost, because I can't play anything like that because I get simulation sickness. I'm horrible. I said that one. If process is hindering, break it, but be aware of the repercussions. Not everyone making the game will be good at playing it. I have a little bit more time. I was a playtester for MechWarrior Dark Ages, and somebody came up and played me, and I lost, and they were just so excited. And I'm like, I don't know, this is like 3 sets ago. I don't remember how to play this. And that is okay. Being good at your game isn't important. Making that game and putting it in front of people is important. Know your fundamentals of your path. If I want to be a good roller skater or be good at roller derby, which is my big hobby, I need to know how to do crossovers. If I want to be a good producer, I need to know Trello and maybe Microsoft Project, although don't go there. Jira's better. If I want to be a good artist, I should know how to paint. Because that teaches you how to blend colors better. And I've done that before. I can paint sometimes. Never stop playing games. That is so important. I got a little bit more time left. Yay. It's going better than I thought. Remember, we are making a form of entertainment that has a huge reach. I know some people who started in the industry because they played a game that I made, and it's crazy. You will be making games that influence and change people's lives, and they will thank you for it, and it's absolutely insane. Or maybe you'll put your grandpa in a game and he will never know. I like to do Easter eggs. Relate all decisions back to the audience. Why is the audience going to be interested in that? Users are number one. That's who you're making the game for. Learn to budget. And that's not time, it's money, it's everything. Budgeting gives you an idea of how you can accomplish further things. It'll teach you how long things take so you can then go back and estimate better. It'll teach you how much things cost. It's like, okay, then I can afford to go out and get, what do you call Macca's here? Yeah, McDonald's? Or I can go and actually get some vegetables. Those are good. Everybody started not knowing how to do what we are doing. I didn't. But that's the amazing thing. We all just keep doing it. there's no such title in the games industry as idea guy that sits there in their office and just spouts ideas. I work closely with a guy named James Ernest, if you know Cheap Ass Games. He's one of my best friends now. I worked for him, and now we're friends. And he's happy to talk about ideas and work with you on designs and show his stuff early and often, and you can play test stuff from that he puts up. But getting that idea to fruition into market, that's the hardest part of this. And you may feel like a fraud. Some of the most important people feel that way too. Keep working. Thank you.